But he said, leave me alone, I'm a survivor man, and this idol makes my underwear tight. He said, leave me alone, you're not part of my plan, but if you push me too far, I just might. This is Survivor Talk with D&D. I'm Dwayne.
And I'm David.
And we're just two best friends talking about the show we love, Survivor. Tonight is our recap episode for Survivor Episode 10, Big Bad Wolf. We do 2 episodes a week. This is the first one. And my friends, we are glad you're here. Some of you are new. In fact, somebody got on our Facebook group this week and said the reason why they started listening to us was because they saw us on the Podcast Awards. As you know, we were nominated for Best Entertainment Podcast of 2013. And he goes, might as well try them out. And now we've got ourselves a listener. So if you're new to us, thank you very much. If you're old school, been here a while, we're glad you are still here. And David, tell them about our feedback show just a little bit.
We have a feedback show, and it airs Sunday night at approximately 10 p.m. On this same YouTube page. And we share your feedback, we read it, and sometimes we have guests. And we need your feedback through email, which is feedback@SurvivorTalkWithD&D, or you can call it in. Here we go. At 1-818.
No, don't do the 1-818 thing.
So
do our new voicemail thing.
Which is on the website.
Yeah, just go to our website.
Okay.
And there's 2 menus. You've got a menu above our banner, and you've got a menu below it. On the right, it says voicemail. Or just go survivortalkwithdnd.com/voicemail and try that. It'll actually be a much better sounding voicemail if you do that.
Okay, my fault. It's on the notes, too. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. Boom. All right, so deadline is Sunday at 8 o'clock. It's an audio podcast, but we do record it live, just like we record this one live, and we're always interested.
And as of right now, it's just the 2 of us, people. But you never know who could show up.
That's right. We do have a possible thing happening. Hey, visit our website, survivortalkwithdnd.com, and while you're there, shop for Christmas. How are you going to do that, you might ask? By going to Amazon through our link. Very simple.
I'll be going there right after the show because I got a couple things.
Yes. And I got to say thank you already because Christmas shopping has begun, and I can tell a difference. Y'all are using our link to get on Amazon, and just thank you because it really helps us be able to support our little habit that our wives call well, we won't go into that. But anyway.
Habit? That's a nice word.
Yeah.
I haven't said habit yet.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, I forgot. You're podcasting. I'm sorry, Connie. Anyway, shop Amazon using our link.
I guess you're kicking me out, huh?
Yeah. Poster behind me is from Janice from Alabama. You can tell she's an Alabama fan. Thank you, Janice, for sending that to me. If you want something on the wall behind me for our live broadcast, just message me on Facebook or on Twitter on the @Survivor_talk, and let me know that you want to send me something, and I'll send you my address. And assuming it is not inappropriate, I will have it up there. How you like that?
That works.
All right. By the way, don't tell any of my staff, but I bought them Amazon gift cards for Christmas.
Sweet.
Yeah. Guess what? If they don't buy from our website,
they'll be looking for new jobs.
If you want to stay working for me. All right, y'all. It's time for our episode recap of Episode 10, Big Bad Wolf. We'll start with our initial thoughts. And, David, I'm afraid to let you go first because it might be mine. But I'm going to let you go first. What is your initial thought?
I got 3, actually.
Oh, I've got 2.
I'll give you the first 2, and then I'll let you do yours, and then I'll do my last one because my last one's going to be a little longer. My first one was just the thought that they could have titled this episode The Lying Game because that little back and forth between Kate and Sierra was hilarious. It was awesome. I'm glad they showed that. My second thought is, if there are any women out there specifically that are thinking about Survivor, you might as well call Monica and get in her boot camp because the woman is built for Survivor. I really don't think she needed all that food. I don't think she needed it. and she saw it as an opportunity and used it. But that challenge was built for her. You know, I mean, not everybody's the same height, not everybody's the same build, but the woman's built for Survivor. Give her credit. So those are my first two.
Yeah. All right, I've got one. Okay, newbies, it's time to rally. And I wrote that before they showed the next time on.
Cool.
Because if they're gonna screw up my fantasy points by not playing smart, then the newbies had better get them. Those stupid returnees. Sierra had a great plan, Tyson. All right, just saying. And then Sierra, my friend Sierra, I hope you're listening. Sierra is surprising a lot of people. She's not surprising me. I've been saying it the whole season. The girl knows how to play Survivor. She's surprising a lot of people tonight.
That was a reaction I had. Very good. I almost wrote that down because I said, you know what? There's a future returnee. I think she could very well come back.
Yeah.
She's showing a lot of smarts, and even Tyson called her on it. Said the girl's a lot smarter than I thought she was.
Yeah.
My
my
third initial reaction is my disappointment in CBS, because we talked about, our Facebook page talked about this, but if I were Probst or Burnett or the folks that came up with Blood versus Water, I would be royally ticked over the last 24 to 48 hours.
Yes, absolutely.
Because you and I are huge proponents of this season. We love the twist. We like even Redemption Island because of the way it's being used, but we love the Blood versus Water aspect, the family, loved ones, and all this kind of stuff. And there have been some great moments that CBS just should have said cha-ching when it happened. And if there were pictures posted in the last 24 to 48 hours, which I guess there were, that showed who won, who lost Redemption, who won immunity, and who got voted out, then somebody should either be suspended or fired or something.
Yeah.
Because it just popped the balloon on this episode. This was an ideal episode to showcase Blood versus Water and what effect that would have on the game. And for those that want to see spoilers, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. If you want to be spoiled, that's fine. I don't want to be, and I don't want to see it. You know, unfortunately, I didn't. But gosh, this just ruined this episode for people. I feel bad if they weren't totally blown away by how awesome the family play was between Laura and Sierra. That was so dramatic, and it was such the gist of the season that it got spoiled over the last day or 72 hours or 48 hours, whatever it was, for people that accidentally saw it. Those are the people I feel sorry for, the ones that didn't mean to see it. You know? And gosh,
so are you specifically... Okay, the only thing I saw... Sorry, I'm adjusting my in-ears. The only thing I saw physically with my own eyes, I spy with my little eyes, is I did see in the regular preview, I saw in the background while Sierra was voting, you could tell Monica had the idol on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you told me
so
about
that was like day one as soon as they showed the preview. That was obvious. But I think what you're talking about, the only other thing I've seen was CBS on their YouTube page actually had the first Ponderosa video up.
Yep, I heard about that.
We knew Aris.
I thought I heard that there were... Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was leading to that. So we knew Aris was going to lose the Redemption Island challenge, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I heard rumor, and is this what you're talking about? I've heard rumor that some pictures were put out by CBS and then taken off.
Yes.
That actually showed who got voted out.
Yeah, on our Facebook page it was mentioned that pictures were posted and almost within a short amount of time taken off. And like I said on the Facebook page, thank you all for not sharing details about what you saw if you saw it.
Right.
But at the same time, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's obviously a mistake.
This was going to be... Yeah. It was, but I mean, or else somebody's trying to get back at somebody else. But gosh, this was such a good episode that, I mean, they kind of had it built pretty much either way. But it's frustrating.
I see one of them. I see one of them as CBS doing it on purpose, and that's the preview. The other two I see as somebody made a mistake.
Right. Really?
So
this is CBS, the worldwide channel, CBS. And somebody makes that mistake.
The worldwide channel.
I mean, come on. It's not like it's a CW. You know, it's not like it's a little cable channel. This is CBS.
This isn't Alabama TV Network for Alabama College.
ATN, that's right.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Let's get to Previously On. Did you have anything about Previously On that you wanted to say? I
Let's
don't.
see. I just wrote that it was a nice emphasis they put on the loved ones versus the single players. They're setting us up for what was going to happen. And basically, it's a 5-person alliance. Then there's Laura and Sierra, and then there's Katie. And let's roll.
Yeah. All right. Kasama, night 24. Katie is feeling a little defeated because her mama's gone.
Yes, because this
Katie's sad.
is a sign of defeat.
Yes.
Katie's at her low. This is the Katie.
Yeah. Yeah, so she's saying, look, I have to figure something out. I have to do something tomorrow. I have to figure something out.
But I felt like this was one of those moments that a lot of castaways probably face when they say, you know what, it's obvious that I'm next. I don't have an idol. I don't have anything. And, I mean, why not just walk out right now? She never mentioned that. She probably never considered that.
I don't think she felt that way.
Oh, no, but, I mean, to me, she was at the mindset that I think some people get to that say, why bother? Why keep going? I was wondering about the snake that was in the camp. I was wondering, if the camera guy found the snake and said, you know what, we could set this up to make it look like it's in camp. We could throw some bottles on the ground. We could throw some things down and film it going around and say, ooh, it could be a camp. Of course, later
they did show a snake a lot this week.
They did.
Yeah. So Laura and Sierra are celebrating. They're the last couple. So they're doing their little mom and daughter.
My thought was, why are you being so quiet? Because everybody knows you're the last couple. You might as well celebrate it out loud.
All right. Then they state the obvious. Well,
yeah.
No, go ahead.
Well, I wrote down at the end of Katie's thing that, there's a point in games where like a referee's call or something that happens in a game that you can't change what's happened. You have to move on and you have to evolve from it. And I really felt like Katie's game is being affected by the fact that Tina should have known that and should have done that and didn't. I forgive Tina. I respect the fact that she was upset, that she felt like her daughter got betrayed as well, and she just kind of went off. She stepped out of the game for a moment and went off. But she's such a smart person and such a strategist that she really messed up last week and should have come back and evolved with the decision and just went with it instead of fighting against it. It's one of those things. There's nothing you can do. When a strike is called, you're not going to change an umpire's call on a strike. Once he calls it, it's a strike. You move on and you play. And it's really affected her daughter as well. She's really put her in a bad spot at the beginning of the episode. So, like you said, Katie said, I'm doomed. But I just laughed at Laura and Sierra. We're the last couple. Do you think they know? Yeah, they know. You don't have to hide it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to morning 25. And Sierra is giving her mom a lesson in Survivor.
Yes.
Right? Look, Mom, you need to let Tyson do everything. Stay low, no strategy conversation. Just keep it on the down low, Mama. And then she says in a confessional, I'm the better player. Interesting, isn't it?
It is, because after watching 27 seasons of Survivor, I take everything that's said literally and that it's going to mean something else. And my thought was, Sierra, I hope you're listening to your own advice. And I started picturing Sierra going from person to person to person talking about strategy. And she's like, don't do strategy, don't play hard. Same thing she said before. Let Tyson do everything. So there's one sign that we see that Tyson's running everything. And so she sees it, like you said, she's smarter than people give her credit for. But she's just saying, stay out of the way, let the game happen, let Tyson call the shots, and we'll just play along. And I think maybe she wishes she did that now. But this is kind of and then they talk about they don't get into the
oh no, that's later.
But Sierra brought up a good point in her confessional that she said, I've been to multiple tribal councils and I've survived them all. Mom went to one and got voted out. So it's not like her list of friends is long. She doesn't have those original alliances because they voted her out first. So and then Laura turns around in confessional and says, well, I'm just trusting my daughter. I'm putting my trust in her, and that's a neat thing. And I wrote, uh-oh.
Really?
I did. That, to me, that's a setup. It's like when Brenda started talking last season. As soon as Brenda started talking, I'm thinking, uh-oh. We hadn't heard much from her. But when somebody makes a declaration like, I'm just completely, Dwaine, I'm putting all my trust in Dwaine. We came in this game as a tag team, and he's got this plan, and I'm just going to follow his lead. I'm putting all my trust in him.
So you're saying that more from the perspective of, uh-oh, that CBS is showing us that.
Yes.
Not uh-oh that she shouldn't have trusted her daughter.
Oh no, we're being shown that. I'm thinking, boy.
Right. And then I like Sierra, but hey, if my mom needs to go in order for me to win this game, then my mom needs to go.
And that's the player that I think we'll see play again. It's biting the bullet, but it's what you got to do. It's playing the game.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the Redemption Island duel, and you have to do grappling hooks to get 3 bags, which if I was out there, I would try to get my grappling hook past the 3rd bag and then get all 3 of them.
But weren't they staggered? I thought they were.
Yeah, I'd still try to do it.
Okay.
I'd do whatever I could to try to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, and then you got to solve that table maze, which isn't really, I put solve a table maze. It's not really solve it. It's get through the table maze.
Right.
Which was hard. It looked hard to me.
I think Aris dropped the ball more than once because it seemed like he dropped it, then they moved on to other people, and when Vitas was moving again, Aris was starting again. So either he had to untie another bag or he dropped it more than once.
Yeah. And then we get Probst saying, that idol now has a whole new value. Translation, don't you dare burn this clue.
This one's real. Now, before you get to that, though, what did you think of Aris calling out Jervis?
Oh, yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, and you know that Tina and Vitas came back to camp came back to Redemption Island and spilled everything because these 3 are tight. These 3 are in an alliance. And Tina came back and probably admitted that she called out Tyson and Monica, and it probably hurt her. And then I guess, to me, that's Aris sitting around thinking, well, you know what? It couldn't have just been Tyson. So maybe that was Aris's way of saying, hey, Jervis did it too. I know you did it. It's okay. We were tight at the day one, but you turned your back on me, so it happens. But I thought it was kind of interesting that they showed him calling out Jervis.
What if that really has to do more with their pregame alliance?
That's what I'm saying. We were together on day one, but he's just calling him out, saying that I know it was you. I know you were part of it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I must not have heard that right. I apologize for that.
There wasn't a whole lot of talking before the challenge or after. Just you're not going to let Katie come down.
Yeah.
Right? No, all right, let's get started.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So, he did ask Tina about that, and she said no big deal. Let's get to the challenge. Tina is the first one to the maze,
and
then Vitas. And Vitas and Tina are very close, and Tina should have won this. Based on the editing, what they showed us, Tina should have won this. She was doing those huge jerking motions. Once she got in the middle, then you got to do it slow. You can't keep doing big jerking moments. You use those big jerking moments to get it past that hole. But once you're in that middle, you got to just finesse it. And that's what Vitas did, and she didn't. But, boy, she passed Aris up again.
Well, to give her credit, I'm sure she was tired and she was hot and all the factors against her. So, but the fact that she did it so well, she did it twice. Yeah, but it's an endurance thing too. There's some fit to it, but I give her a lot of credit. She did, like you said, she did it twice before Aris got to the center circle.
Right. Oh, I give her credit. She just blew it. She should have gotten first place, and she blew it. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because her daughter still got the idol clue.
Yeah.
So it really didn't matter, but she still should have won that. So Vitas wins the duel. Tina comes in second, and Aris is the first member of our jury. And Vitas and Aris have a moment where they're not really sure how they're going to answer this. Are we going to be good, or are we not going to be good? What did you think about that whole Vitas and Aris talk?
I think Probst was a little disappointed that they were one of the two of them was leaving, but I think he wasn't going to let him go without trying to solve some family crisis. He was going to get his Dr. Phil on. And get something out of it. I think my gist was it's better than it was. So like Aris said, this whole thing was worth it. No money involved. it was worth coming out and doing this together. It kind of forced them together. We don't know how much they see each other in real life, but in the game they saw each other a lot. So I think Aris is right in that this was all worth it.
Yeah. All right. Well, whatever the case, Aris went out with style. I mean, he went out head held high. Great game, y'all. Unless someone gets in there and just makes him a bitter juror, he won't be a bitter juror.
No, I think he's at a relaxed state right now where he can actually enjoy the rest of the game. He's probably at least glad that he made the jury so that he can sit in on the rest of it and see what happens, see what's going on.
Yeah.
And he's going to get everybody's story. Yeah, when they come to Ponderosa. So.
Yeah. And he's going to gain his 17 pounds back that he lost, that we know of because CBS posted the video too early. All right, so Vetus gives the idol after Probst again makes it very clear that the idol has a whole new value to it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that the idol has a whole new value to it, and so they need to keep the clue.
Right, but you said Vetus gives the idol, but he's giving the clue, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Vetus gives the clue to Katie, and she keeps it. Good for you, Katie.
Do you think the three of them agreed? I mean, I would think that's probably one of the things they did on Redemption Island. That you said, whichever one of us wins, we'll give it to Katie. She's going to need it. She's the only one that would keep it, you know. And she's also the only one that brought up. She's also the only one that brought a bag. Everybody else, a few others brought water bottles, and some of them brought nothing. She brought a bag. I thought that was kind of interesting.
Huh. Wait, you mean like to the duel?
To the Redemption Island duel. She's the only one that brought a bag.
Why would you bring a bag to the duel?
To hide the clue in, I guess, once it's given to you.
Like you need to hide it. I mean, it's given to you in plain sight.
Just carry it like a baton, because they know you got it.
Well, I think you make a good point. I bet they had decided they were going to give it to Katie because she was the obvious eighth person.
Right.
So why not give it to her?
You never know. If we can save her one time, and if she can get to the end, she's got 3 votes. You know, maybe that one episode idol play is what saves her, and she gets lucky and gets on a win or gets in an alliance. It's like Ara said, you don't know what's going to happen week to week. You make it through one more tribal council, you might get somebody's attention after that and form a new alliance, like next week. Right. So I liked Katie's confessional after this. She says, you know, I'm on the bottom, but I'm not going down without a fight, just like my mom. So we saw Katie at the beginning with the face of failure or doom.
Yes.
And now she's upbeat.
Yes.
She's like, you know, I got a weapon. I might still be on the bottom, but now I have a weapon to at least fight with. So I like that. That was pretty good.
Yep. All right, day 25, back at camp. Same day, obviously. They're back at camp. Katie is so proud of her mom. Her mom is just amazing.
You know what I like?
So she's going to go to the bathroom. No, it's all right. What did you like about it?
I thought it was a neat imagery they gave us, and actually Katie gave it to us because when they all got back, Katie just kind of walked into the middle of camp and stood there with her clue holding bag on her shoulder. Everybody else put their stuff up, and most of them took a seat. But Katie looked like a guest at the camp. She looked like the stranger at the camp because that's kind of what she was now. She's the out of the alliance person. It was a neat shot they gave us there. She's standing there. If you look at it, she's got her bag on her shoulder, and she's just kind of looking at everybody. They're all just middling around like we're home, and she's the guest thinking, okay, so where am I sleeping? Where am I putting my stuff? And I was like, that's kind of neat. I don't know if they meant to do that. I just thought it was kind of neat, that picture. That was kind of neat.
Well, Katie needs to go to the bathroom, and apparently it takes her a couple of hours to go to the bathroom.
So don't bother following me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to need that.
I'm just going to the bathroom. Yeah. I'm just going to the bathroom. No need to follow me. 2 hours later.
Take the clue with you.
Yeah. Don't forget to read the clue. So anyway, and okay, so I was wondering, would this be a clue to another idol, or would this be the same clue that the other people had gotten? Because originally we were on 2 different tribes, and I would assume unless everybody goes to the same water hole and they all pass the same tree no matter what tribe they were on, they would have had to have given different clues depending on which tribe got it. But who knows how that worked out.
That's an interesting thought. If it was the same watering hole, the same tree on the way that both camps would have gone to. I never thought about that.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know. Maybe production told them you're not allowed to go except during these times or something. I don't know. But anyway, so it's a clue to where the hidden immunity idol is that Tyson already has.
No, it's not a clue. It is direct directions.
Oh, yeah.
Where
Yes.
to go. Turn. Here's the branch. Here's the spot. Dig right here.
Yes.
So, and then I thought, wow, did they? Why is this clue so poignant? Why is it so direct? And then Laura mentions her getting the third clue because John got 2 clues. I forgot he got 2. So this is number 3, which should be the full clue. So he got part 1, then he got part 2. He never got the third part. That has the picture of the rooted tree.
Right.
And the branch going in the ground. Dig here. So.
Yes. The next clue would actually have the idol in it.
Yes. Okay, if you've got this clue, then you obviously couldn't follow directions. So here's the idol.
But, okay, so let's think about this, because when there were 2 tribes, he held up a clue and said, who are you going to give it to? And the person could give it to someone on either tribe. So it makes you wonder how they were doing the clues.
That makes sense. What you're just saying right now makes really good sense because we talked about this in like the first or second episode. Does he have 2 clues? Are you giving it to them, or you get this clue? We joked about that, but you're making a good point though that it could be the same spot. That's why he may have only had 1 clue. I don't know. I have to ask somebody.
I don't know. Yeah, interesting. Well, the only person who would know that would be Probst, probably. And
yeah,
I haven't actually invited him on the show, but
he's probably busy.
Yeah. So Laura says, how about we hide all the tools, all the sharp objects, like the crowbars? And I was thinking, didn't Sierra tell you to be quiet? Why aren't you listening to your dog?
Mom, zip it, Mom. Zip it. Just be quiet.
Tyson, I'm not worried about Katie having the clue because I have the idol. I'm just going to sit here and eat a carrot. No problem.
And keep eating. They just keep giving him stuff. He keeps putting it in his mouth.
Yeah. He's just thinking about his next move. He's thinking about the future of the game and who's going home.
I got to be the bad guy again. That's fine.
Yep. And he has his sights set on Laura. So he tells Caleb and Hayden that we 4, which means the 4 guys, are going to get Laura out.
See, this is
a safe bet.
This is a neat little strategy because at first I was thinking when he said I'll be the bad guy, I'm like, but you haven't really been the bad guy so far. You've been the respected guy because you're making plays for your game against people that were against you, so to speak. And then I got to thinking, well, if he's volunteering to be the bad guy, then that allows the new players who are following him not to have to worry about making tough decisions. Hey, if he's willing to throw his neck out and make this decision, let's go along with it. Because if Tyson doesn't make that call, then they start getting brave and they start talking about options, and Tyson's name could come up. So to me, another smart move of Tyson stepping in and saying, "Here's a suggestion. I'll make the suggestion if you guys don't want to do it." And if I was Caleb or Hayden, my first thought was, okay, he didn't say my name. That's good. So I'll go with that. Sure, why not? Because if they're not going to come up with it, Tyson will come up with it.
Yeah, Tyson's playing an excellent game, which is made even more evident by the fact that he was able to get the vote to go the way he still wanted it to go, even though Sierra really played well this episode.
It was been talked about, I think, on our Facebook page. I think you actually mentioned it too in a string about having, you don't want to keep too many newbies around because they could turn against you. But at the same time, who is Tyson manipulating? He's manipulating the new players. So maybe that's what he wants,
Well, another thing I found interesting, and it doesn't happen until Tribal Council, because I was telling Connie why I put all 20 points on Katie to go home. And my reason was the returnees would be stupid to let the newbies have the numbers advantage. But I honestly don't think that has even come up. Or why? Because if it had, then why would Tyson have allowed the newbies to now have 4 and them have 3? So he must be really confident in his 4 guys to take out the whole newbies versus returnees aspect of the game.
I think he's confident in his manipulation of them. He can't control Laura. Laura's got more experience. She may have gone on her own or started something new. That's why I thought that was a smarter idea to get rid of a smarter, stronger player. Nothing against Hayden or Caleb, and I hope they make a move next week. But to me, that was just him showing he's got more control over the new players, so start knocking out some of the old players.
Yeah. Well, anyway, wow, just amazing. So Hayden is like, I think Tyson has my back, showing us even more how Tyson's got everybody. He's got the whole group in his hands. He's got the whole wide group.
Back too. And you know what happens when people have your back? That's where the knives go. So to make sure you don't give certain people your back. But he said that too. What we were just saying. Hey, it's not me. You know, it's as long as it's not me. So and then suddenly you're looking around and it's like, hey, it could be me. You know, once it gets too far. So sooner or later the new player's got to make a move.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that coming up. And Tyson finally says, look, if we make this move, if we get Laura M out, we are home free. It's us four at the end. And
it was. I give Tyson more credit. We're pumping up his ego here, but I give him credit for having a private conversation with Hayden and Caleb. Because if Jervis is sitting there, Hayden and Caleb are saying, all right, we're 4. But if it's Tyson, Hayden, and Caleb, there could be just a thought of saying, hey, we're 3. He's talking just the 3 of us. This is very confidential information, and it's just the 3 of us. So I kind of credit him for that, too. I wonder if that was on purpose. If he purposely left Jervis where he was and went and talked to the 2 of them.
Yeah. I would bet so because who was it? Vetus said Tyson and Jervis are together and Hayden and Caleb are together. So he doesn't need Jervis out there. And it does present the picture or the image, hey, we could be final 3 to the 2 guys. So Tyson back at camp decides it's time to impress the ladies with his awesome manliness, takes off his shirt, and says you're welcome to the ladies.
As if the underwear wasn't really enough.
Yeah. So.
No, they didn't. None of them stood up and applauded or anything.
No. They weren't. So. Sierra is thinking the guys are out to get her and her mom. Sierra is correct. They are out to get her and her mom.
Yeah.
And this is when we get probably one of the most emotionally satisfying sections of a Survivor episode I think I've ever seen.
I wrote down honest, and I wrote down a conversation based on courage, the word taken from Laura. I mean, it was pure, to me it was pure honesty. I credit Sierra, and I credit Laura for listening and just receiving it all and not coming back on her, because it was like halfway through the scene, you saw on Laura's face that she got it. She understood where Sierra was coming from, but Sierra still had to lay it all out, and I give her a lot of credit. She's already grown up. She's a mom, She's got life experience.
Yeah, but
this was a mother-daughter development point, and it's like for Ars and Vetus, Laura could come out of this saying, if it's just that moment I get from this season, I'll take it. What a growing experience for both of them.
Yeah. There is a moment as a dad or as a mom when your kids, sure, they may be grown up, they may be off at college, they may have had some life experiences, but there comes a moment when you see a turn, and it's not a physical action per se, like a marriage or a kid or making straight A's or something. It's just something else, and you just notice it. And I think this is what is happening here because of what Laura is saying. She has the courage now to say to her mom, this is what Laura says, this is what I need to do and how I need to do it. She's no longer, I don't know if she actually says she's no longer the little girl, and then she just said it makes me very proud. And it's just neat because you could see Laura saw that moment. She's watching her daughter take control, and she's watching her daughter come and have courage, like you said, and come to her mom and just lay it out. And she's seeing her daughter act like an adult, And that's a big thing for a parent to see because, we as parents don't always want to see our kids become adults. We like them still being kids.
Yeah.
Unless they're still taking our money. But so for me, this kind of hit me a little personal because I have a 20-year-old son, and I've been noticing that in him lately, that he's making that turn. He's being a whole lot more responsible with stuff and things like that. And I can see that. I could see myself being on the island with my oldest son, Nathan, and him taking control of the game and not doing what he normally would do, which would be to, okay, Dad, what do you think we should do? But him saying, Dad, I think this is what we should do. So this really hit with me because it was kind of personal for me.
All right, well, I don't want to steal your thunder, but it's
not
like,
stealing.
It sounds like we had the same thought at the same point in this episode.
Yeah.
Because at the end, when Laura was explaining what she got out of that conversation, I knew that you were going to feel the same way because I know how close you are with your sons. And I thought Laura is setting aside the fun competition between the two to realize that her daughter has taken a step of growth. And we want our children to grow up maturely, grow up smartly, so to speak, but we want them when they're 24 to be a mature 24. We don't want them at 24 to act like they're still 17. And I think that's what Laura, I think that's what Laura saw in Sierra. She saw her young daughter, who will always be the young daughter she is, act like an adult. And it's like you're choosing, you're not choosing, but it's there. You can compete with her in a fun competition, or you can enjoy the success of your child taking a step in growth. And it's kind of a success for Laura too. And I knew you were going to have the same reaction to that scene that I had because Bailey's almost 20, and I was like, what an accomplishment. Laura's standing back and being proud, and that's what we want to be as parents. She sees that Sierra has grown up in a mature way. She's not acting the young person anymore. She's actually growing, and it is going to be hard for our children to leave us, to get married, to go off and live on their own, because they should never do that. They should always stay at home. But anyway.
If Nathan and Bailey get married, then it'd be a lot easier.
Yeah. We're going to go there.
No, we're not.
But I knew you're going to have that reaction to that scene because I know how close you are to yours. And I said, this is going to come up. I'm not even going to write it down because he's going to bring it up. But I had the same thought. It's probably one of my more favorite scenes that we've seen in Survivor. It was so honest and so real. It was really good. Yeah.
She ends it with, it's a huge blessing to be out here to witness that, when she's talking about what we've just talked about, worth way more than $1 million, which is true. Now that she's out of the game, though, it's not like she's going to stop playing. We are past this moment now.
Yes.
And now there's a new phase of the game, and Laura's going to fight like crazy to get back in. And who knows?
And this is the second moment in this one episode where a loved one said, this experience was worth more than $1 million. This is blood versus water shining through. This twist, this theme, awesomely displayed. I really enjoyed this episode for that reason. The second time that was brought up, this was so much worth more than so much of the money.
Right. I think Aris might feel that way. I don't think Vetus does quite yet. I think Vetus really wants the $1 million.
Yeah. He's going to get farther than Aris. He's going to say, you're the first juror, but I'm second. I got closer to the end than you did.
That's right.
Then again, he could make her quite a bit further. So.
All right. Well, how about some idol shopping? Early morning, day 26. Cameramen are barely awake.
My thought was, I know, really, because it was like gray brown dark. I'm like, okay, this is. Yeah,
it said day 26. I was like, it's nighttime. Those are night cameras.
I know. I'm like, okay, is the snake coming back, or is somebody about to start talking? And then we see Katie get up. So, okay, I know what this is.
Well, I tell you what, Katie made a mistake. If you're gonna get up early and want to not wake anybody up, then maybe at 1 o'clock in the morning, like, go ahead and go to bed with everybody in the camp, like in the shelter. But about 1 o'clock, kind of tell yourself, look, I need to wake up in the middle of the night, and wake yourself up in the middle of the night, and then move out of the thing and just go sleep on the beach.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you do that at 1 or 2 in the morning, then they're not going to get up and follow you, and they're going to go back to sleep. And even if they do get up and follow you, they're following you out to sand, which doesn't make as much noise as bamboo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, because everybody woke up whenever she was getting up. You can't be quiet enough.
Yeah. Not getting off bamboo.
So get up in the middle of the night and go sleep on the beach.
But, did you see the snake?
Well, but see, I saw the snake, but we don't know where the snake is.
Right. We do eventually. At some point, they see it.
Well, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, she
But
gets
yeah, you're
up
right.
very early. Monica. Okay, I'm right. What?
About her getting up at a wrong place at a wrong time. Just,
Oh,
you know,
right, right.
yeah.
We must have a little bit of a delay, I
Yeah, I
think.
think we are.
Yeah. All right. So Monica and Tyson see her leave, and Laura's the one who gets up and
Yeah.
says, "Katie having a clue is a big threat. So cameraman, start running because I'm running."
Yeah.
And she's tailing Katie.
Well,
And then of
yeah.
course back at camp. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, after that conversation with Sierra, I think she realized, if Sierra's talking to me like that, then the other guy's going to be talking like that. So if anybody's going to suffer from Katie finding this idol, it's going to be me. So I might as well be the one that goes and chases her down.
Right. Absolutely. So back at camp, they're all talking about Katie and Laura going out. It's like, so what kind of lead did Katie have? Oh, well, she had about a 3-minute lead. Awesome. And then we get the title of the episode.
Right.
Tyson says, "I'm like the big bad wolf out here." And then we get a little bit of Tyson talking to Sierra. Wait, did I miss? Did they show?
Yeah.
When did they show Laura and Katie out there and Katie digging in the wrong spots?
In the same scene after she left. I wrote it down all together.
See, I'm thinking if I'm Katie, I'm going to go ahead and dig where they say it is. I don't care if you know I have it as long as I find it and you don't get it before I do.
Yeah, because you might be wasting. Might be wasting your time to find it.
Why not just go ahead and... Yeah, anyway. Go ahead and dig where the snake goes into the ground.
Pull out the clue and just match it to the point.
Yeah. So Tyson says to Sierra, Caleb and Hayden are voting your mom out. Did you notice that? She goes, I knew you were voting me out. And he goes, oh, no, I'm not voting you out. That's right. Caleb and Hayden. I'm just going along with it.
Not voting your mom, not voting her.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah. I noticed that, and they made a good point to make that very clear, that it was Caleb and Hayden, that it wasn't him.
Yeah. Of course, I think Sierra knows it's him.
Well, that comes back in a few minutes, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love how it ends that, he says, Sierra, I got your back. I got Hayden's back, and I got that knife right here. I got your back, and I got that knife right here. And
right.
I got all your backs, so keep your backs to me, and you'll be fine.
Yes. Yes. Anything else before we hit the immunity challenge?
Nope, that was the last thing I wrote.
All right. I like this immunity challenge because it's endurance, and I really like endurance challenges. I don't care if we've seen it 4 times before. I still like it.
Here's why I would not win this challenge, and neither would anybody else.
Sorry.
Okay. I was once told that I couldn't play a certain part in a play because I'm not built like a wide receiver. I'm built like a linebacker, and this is true. Here's what would happen.
Who told you this?
Ernie.
Who told you this?
Ernie did.
Huh?
Ernie.
Ernie did?
Yes.
All right. I was hoping it wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. You would tell me something different. But anyway, as soon as we start this challenge and I'm in it, as soon as we lean back, the pier would come up and go all the way over with everybody going into the water.
You would have broken the challenge.
So
You're not
said, all
that
right,
big.
We need some bodies out here to stand on the pier so David can lean back.
Gosh. All right. Oh, they're also playing for reward. You're going to fill your belly with burgers, hot dogs, fries, and soda. That sounds good. Have you noticed this year, unless I'm mistaken, they have not had alcohol as part of the rewards? Have you noticed that? I think they had it at the Merch Feast. But I don't think it's been a part of rewards.
Yeah, there was wine, I think, at the Merch Feast.
Yeah, at the Merch Feast.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's get to the challenge. And I'm wondering, why is it so hard for Hayden? He looks like he's really struggling right off the bat. Although it also looks like they're already on the second knot when they edit it. So they've probably already been out there 5 or 10 minutes.
I saw that. I noticed that too. As soon as the picture came out of them hanging off this rope, came online. I think it was Monday that it came out or something. I changed my pick. I had Jervis. I picked Jervis because I thought his turn to win. I'm like, no chance. I said no chance for Jervis, no chance for Hayden, probably no chance for Caleb, no chance for anybody with size.
Right. Maybe Tyson.
Yeah, and Hayden had some arms, but I thought about Tyson's shoulder if it's still bothered at all.
Right.
He's going to be holding one hand, and he did really well. I give him a lot of credit for being as tall as he is, because I thought Monica was proportionately perfect for this challenge.
Right.
And even Laura, I wasn't sure would have a good time, but I thought it would come down to Laura and Monica, and I remember Monica in One World just being a physical, balanced person, and I said, man, this is like Monica's to lose. I think she could win this again, and so I think she feels that threat of being on the bottom, and I think she's going to play as hard as Vetus would play, because I think Vetus is playing to beat Aris, obviously, and Monica's got that thing that I've got to win or I'm probably going to go. So that's when I changed my pick. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I did too. There was absolutely I don't know if I changed my pick, but I thought to myself, there's no way a guy's going to win this, and we were right. But Monica, she looked just so focused. She wasn't looking at anybody else, maybe there towards the end, but she was just focused. Yeah. I mean, that if I was someone else looking over at her, I'd be like, well, you look like this is far too easy for you, and I'm already struggling, which would be psychologically hard. So
we got that tease about somebody saying the immunity was more important than the food, and I said, if Tyson's last, if he's down there with Monica or Laura, and he's like second place or looking at second place, I wonder if he's going to go, hey, if I fall and let you win, will you take me with you on the reward?
Yeah.
Just to give it to somebody, but he didn't. He ended up falling.
Yeah, and I thought Probst was going to offer food. This is a classic example of endurance challenges, or the challenges in which Probst offers food. And so I really thought he was going to offer food, and he didn't. Maybe because it happened so quickly.
Yeah, maybe it didn't last long enough to get any. Well, if y'all can hold on, we got food coming. Hey, quit falling so fast.
Yeah. Probst's like, I guess I got to eat these donuts by myself.
That's right.
He's like, crud, Sierra's off. I was really hoping to offer peanut butter. Dadgummit.
Well, if Eddie and Eric were here, they would have last to tell the donuts.
Oh, yeah. So basically, everybody's out. Monica wins. Way to go, girl. Way to go. In fact, she doesn't even fall back in the water. She just pulls herself back up and walks over to Probst.
I know. That was impressive.
Yeah. But Probst still makes her get wet. She still has to dive in the water.
Even at the end of it, it looked like she was hanging there going, everybody's out? Everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, we're all
Probst,
clear.
You want to try? Yeah.
I could probably
How
go
about the dream team? You want to have the dream team come out here? Yeah. All right, you can invite someone to join you, but she just wants to give it to everybody. What did you think about that move?
I thought it was obviously. I mean, I would think, to me it's obvious that there's a little play in it, but at the same time, I look at Monica and I think about the fact that I kept seeing Tyson eating a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and somebody built like Monica doesn't need a big meal. They don't need a lot of food, and I think they've got food over there that's keeping them nourished, and I think she saw what that would do to her. Monica does not look like somebody that eats a lot of fried food, and I said, you know what? I think she looked at that and said, you know what? If it gets me one jury vote, it might be worth it to pass that up for right now. That's only going to make me sick in 12 hours. I'm fine. I've got rice back there. Why not?
Right.
So, I mean, I think it was strategic, and I think it was also physical that she did it for herself.
Exactly. I think Caleb was right, but for the wrong reason. I think it, just like you said, Caleb said, it was partially political, but I don't think it was because she's a mom figure. I really think it was because she looked at those hamburgers and hot dogs and said, I can eat better at camp, and I'm not going to be throwing up and having diarrhea in the ocean. Yeah. And also I can be in their good graces. So
she was probably thinking, you got any grilled fish? You got any asparagus or anything?
Yeah.
Or,
how about some salmon?
Food. Yeah.
So, anyway, there you go. Where are we now? Oh, yes. Kasama, day 26.
Yes.
The snake again. And so I wrote the snake again. They sure are showing a lot of snake, and then they see the snake, which doesn't usually happen. They'll show like a praying mantis 80 times in an episode, but they don't go up and go, hey, look, a praying mantis. At this time, they actually saw the snake. Now, either the snake was there or the production didn't get it out fast enough.
I'm going to use Janice's comment. She says the zookeeper put the snake back in the cage.
Exactly.
It must have released it when the camera got, okay, put it back on the camp. Let it go.
Well, most of those animal shots with the snakes and stuff are that are like obviously on camp.
Yeah.
Those are or at camp. Those are obviously placed there.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, which is why I was surprised that there was the snake there. But yeah, I think maybe they walked up in surprise production. They hadn't moved the snake back into the cage yet. Thank you, Janice. You're right.
I think I saw where Brad said he actually either caught a snake or killed a snake, but they didn't show that on TV. He said in an interview something about him and a snake, and so I'd like to find out what happened to that. Maybe Steve found out.
Yeah. So now we get Sierra's realizing, look, I don't want to see my mom go. And so we get to see Sierra play the game. Wow.
Hey, Sierra.
Wow.
Sierra, didn't you say don't play too hard? Don't try to over-strategize, but yes.
I don't think she played too hard. Do you think she played too hard?
I think over the edit that we saw, she did what she told her mom not to do. I think she put her neck out and started playing the game in front of people, in front of too many people, and Tyson saw it. But go back to what you're doing, because I liked what she was doing. I thought it was a good idea. It just seemed like she was putting herself too far out there.
Okay, I saw it differently. I felt like she was playing the game hard with Katie, but when she went to the guys, she was doing exactly what she told her mom to do, and that is let it be Tyson's idea. So she was just throwing out an idea saying, hey, I have some information, and, what if we did this instead? Just throwing it out there for y'all to decide.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got some information. So for me, it was like, look, I'm at the point where they're going to vote out my mom unless I do something, and this is what I'm going to do. But before we get to her talking to Tyson and them, the way she handled Katie, amazing. Just amazing. So she goes, Sierra says to Katie, Tyson thinks I have it. Right? She said that, right? Yeah, she said Tyson thinks I have it. Anyway, amazing play. I know you don't have it because I have it. And Kay's like, oh, well, crud. Katie walked right into it, man.
Yeah, she sure did.
Right into it. It's like Sierra said, I would have held out a little bit longer. No, you don't have it because I just found it.
Now, before she did that, this is what I was talking about, because I wrote down 3 lies all within 60 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Before they said that, she said that Tyson and Jervis were going to vote for her mom. Whereas Tyson told her Caleb and Hayden were voting for her mom. I don't know if that was just an off edit that was just mixed around or something, but to me it jumped out that she was giving different names to Katie than Tyson gave to her.
Well, that's because
I don't know if she was reading Tyson better, or she knew what was going on, and then she was starting to make her play.
Yeah.
But of course, I wrote it down as a lie. She misled Katie there. I don't know if she wanted to throw Katie off, and then Katie lied to her, and then she called her bluff and lied back to her. I was like, man, who's going to start telling the truth? Somebody's going to tell the truth after a while. And then Sierra did. She went to the guys and told the truth to them.
Right. Let me go on record that I don't agree with you, that I don't think she was lying to Katie about who was voting for her mom. I think she knew who was voting for her mom. She definitely lied about the idol and definitely got Katie.
But Tyson said he was not voting for her. He said Hayden and Caleb were going to vote for her.
Well, sure, he said that because he doesn't want to be seen as the bad guy.
I'm just
he
saying.
Was lying to her.
I know. So she went on what she felt then and told Katie what she thought was going to happen.
Exactly.
You don't think she was misleading her at all? Okay.
No.
I'm not going to disagree.
Tyson was going to.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. I mean, say that she was lying. I just noticed that she said different names than what she was told. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's okay if we don't agree. You have a right to be wrong.
We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Anyway, so Sierra says to her mom, should I try to get Tyson to vote Katie? So she goes to her mom first.
Right.
Says, this is what I'm thinking about doing. What do you think? Did you do it? And, of course, her mom's like, well, yeah, I don't want to go home.
Yeah, exactly.
And so she tells the guys, really, I thought she had a great plan here. I think she's surprising Tyson a little bit. I think Tyson's sitting there going, well, crud, I kind of wanted everybody to think Katie had the idol.
Yeah.
And Tyson even says, Sierra's smarter than we thought originally. Now it has to be Laura.
See, this is why I thought that Sierra was playing too much or making too big of a move in front of too many people. You know, I liked what she said about, hey, you know, she does not have it. We got a free vote to take her out. You know, even though she's not saying, even though you guys want to take out my mom, and I understood why, and I was okay, but we got this other option. So, which tells Tyson she wants to keep her mom. She doesn't have to keep her mom. We could get rid of Katie next, but she wants to put her mom ahead of Katie. Okay, so that's giving her mom another chance. And then she falls back and says, but if she does have it, and you got to revote, take out my mom. I'm okay with that.
Right.
So I'm thinking, well, why can't we take her out now? She's a threat to win challenges. Why do you want to keep her around? And that's where I thought that was Sierra's advice coming back to get her. But I still agree with you that it was a good idea. It was, but I really like the idea that Sierra was playing the way she was. I just like that she showed more smarts than people gave her credit for. And like I said, Tyson got it. Tyson saw what was going on, and it's like the big bad wolf was almost outplayed by the foxy little fox. So, you know,
almost.
I thought it was kind of neat.
But he said, "Leave me alone. I'm a survivor, man. If you push me too far, I just might."
Wish we could have seen that part.
Yeah. So then we get a little, you know, gratuitous CBS wanting to make sure we're not sure who's going home. So we get Caleb saying, "I really think Katie ought to go home."
And I was thinking, you know, that confession was probably shot about 12 hours before that last conversation that we just saw.
Yeah.
So who knows?
But if anybody's going to go against the group, it could be Caleb.
Right.
You know?
I had already built up to this point, though, that Tyson was playing the new players, and he didn't want any more returning players, especially somebody that could win a challenge. You know, Laura finished third. I mean, she was right behind. If Monica hadn't been there, Laura might have been able to hold out to beat Tyson. So I
think it's a risky play, and next week might be his downfall.
Yep.
Maybe. All right, let's go to Tribal Council. Caleb, there's a bunch of maybes. You just have to plan ahead. Good answer.
I thought there was too many obviouses at the beginning of the Tribal Council. Katie, you're alone. Yep, I'm alone. Sierra and Laura, you're still together, and that's good and that's bad. Yep.
Yeah. Do you notice there was a lot of Laura and Sierra talk?
I did, and I think it was at this point that I was certain that Laura was going to go because of how much she was defending herself. And I almost, and before seeing next week on Survivor, I was ready to put my 20 points down for next week because I really think Laura just destroyed Sierra's game. When Laura said, why not keep me here? Because if me and her are there, you know, it's kind of like we cancel each other out. You know, because if I'm not here, I'm going to be over there politicking for her to get jury votes. And I'm thinking Survivor and Tyson saying, not if she's with you on the jury. So prepare for your daughter because you're going to see her next week. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm thinking, Laura, you just kind of gave them a reason to vote out Sierra next. You know, I mean, Sierra could go next instead of Katie if Tyson can get Hayden and Caleb to play along. I really hope we don't get any tips about next week because next week could be really good. I really hope we get a clean show next week. But I'm thinking, Laura, you just gave them the reason to vote out Sierra next. She hasn't come close to winning a challenge, and now they're like, why would we want to worry about you politicking for Sierra? We'll just send her with you.
Yeah. All right. Oh, interesting thing Caleb said, by the way. There's 4 Galong and there's 4 Tadhana. There's 4 girls and there's 4 guys. He didn't mention there's 4 returnees and 4
Well, yeah, he did. He said
newbies.
4 original Galong and 4 original Tadhana. So that's kind of the newbies and returnees.
I don't think he meant it that way, though.
But he said original.
He was thinking tribes. I know. I think he was thinking original tribes.
Well, maybe he didn't if he didn't want to point that out to be too obvious, even though it was brought up. But I like the fact that we didn't get a lot from Caleb this episode, 1 or 2 confessionals, but this last confessional just reminds us that Caleb is a fan, and he's thinking more than just what's going on with Tyson, which is a good setup for next week. So something tells me he's going to be integral in next week's episode. You know, he's going to be a big part of it. So I like the fact that he points this out, and Probst is like, wow, you know, that's true, all that's going on. And I'm like, yes, somebody's thinking. Somebody's looking at the whole picture.
Yeah. All right, so the vote is here, and you already figured it out. It was going to be Laura?
Yeah. Well, to me, that was my choice. If I'd have been Tyson or Jervis, that would have been the person I would have. It really depended on Tyson's manipulation of the new players, and I think he's overly confident that he's got them, and he doesn't want Laura there to make a run towards the end. So you got to get rid of somebody that can win challenges.
Well, he succeeded.
Yep.
Laura, Katie, Laura, with a mom underneath it.
Yep.
How sad. I mean, if you ever wondered, does Probst put the votes in order? Yes, he does. I mean, he's said it that he does, you know.
Yeah.
So, and then Laura says, "I'll come back for you. Have fun."
Yeah.
Sierra's having a rough time with it.
But
I wrote, "Come on, newbies."
Exactly. I did too. I'm thinking the same thing. This is their last chance. If they don't do it this time, one of them is leaving, and it is downhill from there. So, but I like Laura's confessional afterwards. She got a little honest. You know, it sucks that this happened and that happened. It really sucks that she had to vote me out. You know, and there was no like forgiveness end of it. It was I got to go back to Redemption Island, but I was like, see, I mean, you know, that's kind of what happens when you go along with the plan. But I don't think Laura and Sierra had that much of a choice. I just think Sierra going along with it just sealed the deal for Tyson. So why vote out Katie, the easy vote, when you can get rid of Laura, which might be the smarter vote? So
right. Can you tell how disappointed I am?
Yes, I can tell your mood is going down and down and down as we get further along this little segment.
Stock up, stock down. It's time for stock up, stock down.
All right, what do you want first?
Stock down first. I think that one's obvious.
Who's yours?
Sierra.
Me too. I think
only because I almost, you know what? She's almost both. I'm going to put her for both, which I know is probably not even allowed. But stock up just because
it's our show. We can do whatever we want.
I mean, she just played so much better. She just surprised everybody in the Survivor audience, and she handled her mom well. She handled Katie greatly, and I thought she did a good job with Tyson and stuff. And but unfortunately, her mom probably wrote her ticket. So I'm going to put Sierra for both.
Well, I did put Sierra for stock down. That mom gave the rest of them a big reason to vote her out next. But I will give Katie a postseason stock up. I think she is going to be highly sought to come back and play again in another season.
Katie?
I'm sorry, Sierra. I gave Sierra my stock down, and I'll give Sierra a postseason stock up. I think they're going to want her to come back. She's very likable, and she's very smart. She thinks real well.
Right.
She's got to work on them challenges, though. My stock up went to Katie because she may have only moved up one space, but that's better than being on the bottom. She moved. Yes. I mean, I didn't see Hayden and Caleb are floating in the middle. Jervis and Tyson are up top. I think Monica is keeping herself out of the target crosshairs, so to speak. We didn't get a whole lot from Monica at all this episode, just that she won.
No.
I give Katie credit because I think Sierra dropped and Katie moved up one step. So by the end of the episode, she was better off than she was at the beginning.
Yep. All right. How about those fantasy results?
Do you really want to talk about it?
Well, I did lose 20 points tonight, which definitely takes me out of my tied for second place
So you put
spot.
them all on Katie? I mean, you left them all on Katie?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I went back and forth.
No, now remember, I originally had it split. Between Sierra and her mom.
Oh, and I had it split between Laura and Katie.
Right, and I switched it to all Katie because of my newbies versus returnees argument. It should have made sense, dadgummit.
It should make sense, but to me, it was the threat versus non-threat. I think at some point there's a relationship growth that happens between some of the players like Tyson and Hayden that Hayden doesn't see that as much. He sees more. He trusts Tyson. He probably doesn't see Tyson as a conniving returnee anymore. At this point, Tyson's kept him in the game. Tyson's kept him in the loop. And I said, you know what? Katie's just not a threat. I don't see her as a threat. She's the easy vote out. So why waste an easy vote out when you can take out somebody as strong as Laura?
All right, so what did you do?
I went back to my original thought and put my points on Laura.
All 20? All 20?
All 20.
I hate you, David.
I'm serious. This was today. I had it this
Whatever.
morning when I posted on Facebook. I had split them again.
Whatever. Okay, fine. You put 20 points on Katie. On Laura. Yes. I put 20 points on Katie. I lost them all. Obviously, we all got the bonus questions right. If you didn't, you're an idiot. Oh, wait, not true, actually. I wouldn't want to call anybody an idiot.
Don't edit that out.
Whoa, that was bad. I shouldn't have said that. I was talking about us, not particularly our listeners. Thank you. All right, so the first bonus question was how many people go home
or voted out.
One.
Right.
Yeah, they would have promoted a double elimination. Yeah. And then the second one was what?
Who wins immunity?
Oh, well now okay, well I take it back then. Then I take that back.
That was close. There was actually, I'm looking at the numbers from our particular pool, and it was between Caleb and Monica to win that one. I wonder if any votes changed like mine after they saw what the challenge actually was.
I don't know. I did Monica.
Because if I had left mine on Jervis, I would have been the only person to have picked Jervis. Nobody picked Jervis.
Yeah, really. Oh, man. So did you put him on Monica?
Yes.
Well, of course you did. You saw the picture.
No, I did that after I saw the thing. You had to tell me about the picture. You told me about the video because I didn't see it. But yeah, after seeing that challenge, I definitely took it off Jervis.
Well, how did the SCA 9000 do?
It picked one person to leave. And I think it picked Tyson, so I think it only got 2 points.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put points I think on Sierra and Katie.
All right. Well, that's our recap, our stock up, stock down, our fantasy results. That's about it. I don't have anything else to talk about. Do you, David?
No.
We don't have a whole lot of comments over here. Let's see what people are. Kevin Rossner says Sierra stock is even. Janice says Caleb actually talked this episode. Kevin says, is anyone really surprised that Sierra is already a better player than her mom? I still can't figure out why they brought her mom back. All right. Let's see. So Kevin also says, can we start calling Monica a challenge beast yet?
See, I thought she was going to do that on One World, and I'm like, that's probably why they get rid of her.
Yeah. All right, well, that's about all the comments we have over there. So we're just going to remind you that you can follow us on Twitter at Survivor_talk. You can join our Facebook group. We've had several people join recently at facebook.com/groups/SurvivorTalk. And when you go to our website, remember to start your shopping for Christmas using Amazon, using our links. And just a quick reminder that don't put stuff in your cart and then use our link. You need to put it in the cart after you use our link. Otherwise, we don't get any credit for it. All right? So be sure you do that. All right, and we always have 3 blogs, and I really enjoyed your blog, David. The 50 Shades of Vetus. I felt like I needed to close my door in my office before I read it. Just in case. I mean, I didn't know where you were going with that one.
I don't know if he's coming back, but I think he'll be coming back for another season. I think he's really proven himself. Like Sierra did this episode, he's proven himself to be a smart person.
Yeah.
I like seeing him play again.
Yeah. So your blog, and of course we have Shayna's blog and Katya's blog, and 2 episodes a week. That's also where you'll see our voicemail link. You can also just go to survivortalkwithdnd.com/voicemail. Same for Amazon. You could go to survivortalkwithdnd.com/Amazon. In fact, you could create a shortcut on your desktop and just click it, and that's how you get to Amazon. So iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating on iTunes, and check out our other show, Shooting the Breeze with D&D. Our latest episode, we talked zombies. Because we talked about World War Z, and because of that, I started watching The Walking Dead, which I'm not really hooked on it. I'm interested, but I just watched episode 2, maybe episode 1 of season 2, and it does have a very dramatic ending that does make me want to watch the next episode.
Yeah.
Very shocking ending. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't see that coming type of ending.
Yeah.
Almost like the latest Sons of Anarchy, apparently, which I haven't seen yet, but you and Shayna spoiled for me.
Not me.
Shayna did. spoiled it for me.
She feels bad
her
enough.
Jacket away.
She feels bad. Don't worry about it.
Gosh. All right, David, do you have any final words before we end this live broadcast and our podcast?
Nope. I'm good.
All right. Music for tonight's show is not giving you all control. It's Dwayne Stroud singing Survivor Man. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for listening, everybody. That's all I got. How about you, Dave?
I'm good.
All right. See you, everybody.
See ya.
Sierra had sultry eyes, she made it perfectly plain. Her mom was his for a price, but he said, leave me alone, I'm a survivor man, and this idol makes my underwear tight. He said, leave me alone, you're not part of my plan, but if you push me too far, I just might. Survivor man, would you help me get this idol just right? He said, leave me alone, you're not part of my plan, but fix my idol right now and I might. Sierra gave him a slap, I have 2 kids at home and I don't need all your smack. Tyson looked her up and down as he thought of a plan to keep his guys around, but he said, leave me alone, I'm a survivor man, and this idol makes my underwear tight. And he said, leave me alone, you're not part of my plan, but if you push me too far, I just might. Line. You vote my mama off, or I will rip that idol there right out of your pants. But he said, leave me alone, I'm a survivor man, and this idol is uncomfortably tight. He said, leave me alone, you're not part of my plan, but if you push me too far, I just might. But he said, leave me alone, I'm a survivor man, would you help me get this idol just right? He said, leave me alone, you're not part of my plan, but